Do you use Google Suites such as Google Docs, Google Forms, Google Maps, Street Views, etc.? If so, what features has been most useful as a teacher? We use Google Docs all the time just because it is just like Microsoft Office, but it's free for educators. We also use Google Classroom. We started using that this year. It's awesome. You can put all of their assignments online, and then they just log in, check it out, and they know exactly what's expected of them at home, at school. You know, they can work on it anywhere where they have internet access. What are your rules for using technology in the classroom? They can't use any profanity. You know, they can't take other people's ideas, their words. You know, everything has to be theirs, has to be original. They have to treat the technology like it's theirs. You know, so they can't be bashing on the keyboard, you know, throwing the mice around. You know, so they have to treat it with respect. What are a few technologies that end up wasting more time than they're worth? I think stuff that they're not going to use every day in life. I believe that the Google Docs stuff, no matter what kind of profession they're going to be in, they're going to use it. Whether if it's for, you know, publishing, writing a paper, accounting, you know, it doesn't matter. They're going to use all that stuff. So anything that they're not going to use later on in life is really wasting their time. Like, why should they learn that now if they're not going to use it later on? Do you use any social media platforms in teaching? No, I don't. I try to keep social media as far as like Facebook, MySpace, things like that. Probably the closest thing would be like a chat where they can chat back and forth. And then in that itself, you have to be careful because they can be sharing answers and questions, and you know, stealing information off of each other. You know, it's not individualized, so you have to be careful with that stuff. Do you have a tech committee or teacher group to share resources or ideas? Through EASY, Eastern Illinois Area Special Education, we don't have a tech committee. A lot of the stuff that I used for Google Docs this year, I purchased myself through Amazon. So that was quite a bit of money that came directly out of my pocket. Other than getting, you know, sharing resources or ideas, I go on like teacherpayteacher.com and a couple other sites and get information from there. And then Google is always a great tool for, you know, getting ideas and putting those ideas in your classroom. Do you feel it is hard to use technologies in the classroom? If you're unfamiliar with it, like if you don't know the ins and outs, the meat and potatoes of what you're teaching with. So, for instance, if you've never used Google Docs or if you've never used Microsoft Office, how can I expect you to teach me something that you don't know yourself? So that in itself is hard, because you need to go to workshops, maybe take an extra class. So it's a lot of your own time that you're putting into being able to teach that classroom setting with that specific technology. Do you feel that students' accomplishments are able to be evaluated by using technology in the classroom? Absolutely. Especially with the Google Classroom aspect of it. They can see as soon as you've graded something what they got wrong on it. So if they need to go back and they need to fix it, they're not waiting 2 or 3 days later. If it's like a Friday night, I wonder how I did on that test. The teacher can already have it graded and handed back to the student. All they have to do is go online, log in, and check it out. So I think that's a really good tool to use. How do you teach digital citizenship? Letting the kids know that what they put online today can be online, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. Not to use derogatory slangs or languages. To know that any pictures or profanity or anything like that they put on there can have an impact on not only their life later on, but possibility of losing like a job interview or something like that because of what they put online. And then knowing that what other people's put online, they can't just go out and they can't borrow it or steal it because it's plagiarism. So they really have to know and watch all the information that they're putting out there for other people to watch and to see.